DistroKid has been the industry standard for getting your newly created music out to the streaming platforms, and now the DistroKid app is now available on iOS and Android. Yeah, check that out. The app is now available on your phone. Go to the app or Play Store and download it. There's so many features inside this app. You can do things like sign up and pay for a new DistroKid account. You can upload your new releases there. You can see your DistroKid bank and withdraw your earnings. You even get notified when you've earned royalties and withdraw from the app via push notifications. You can see hyperfollow links. You can edit your account details. You can see your streaming stats from Spotify and Apple. You can even edit and add lyrics to your songs there. So like I said, go over to the App Store on iOS or Android and download the DistroKid app now. Also, they have this new feature called Mixia. I know a lot of artists struggle to be prolific and make their music sound as good as the music they hear from their influences and their peers. That's where Mixia comes in. Nothing's ever going to replace the artistry and expertise of a real human mastering engineer. But for artists who are short on time or resources, Mixia is a powerful tool to help make the music sound great in a hurry. Simple interface, empowering the most novice of music creators. It's got unlimited song previews of mastered songs with one free download, and for $99 you get unlimited mastered tracks. So go check out Mixia and make sure to go to the App Store and download the DistroKid app so that you can get your music out there and get it heard. You're doing your thing and they're helping you do it. DistroKid.
No Simple Road. Yeah, here we go.
I know the road that may seem to go on forever and a lifetime.
It's a lottery.
You're a shoo-in in the lottery, Mel.
I am?
wish.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, everybody.
Go play those numbers.
I believe
Damn.
that.
I do too. I feel like I'm going to win the lottery someday.
I do too. Do it.
Well, I guess if you win the lottery, I win the
Do
lottery.
it, Poppy. Do it.
Why can't we both do it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right?
All right.
Hey now, No Simple Road family. This is Aaron.
And it's Mel.
And it's Apple.
We're back. We weren't here last
back.
week. Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. We were here, but we weren't here last week. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't here. I was in Vegas. I know
Yes.
that.
Okay. Part of us was here.
Yeah.
Aaron and I were home. Apple was
Two-thirds.
not.
Yeah. We had just gotten back from Hampton and Fish.
What were we doing in Hampton, babe?
Being bored.
Yeah.
Just went down to see the sights.
You just went there.
I was learning about the criminal justice system.
Oh.
No, just kidding.
Sorry,
yeah,
he almost
did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
were
have
seeing
a
fish.
fun time?
It was fucking awesome. With a PH.
You said curse.
I did. I cursed. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm shocked.
Fish is amazing. Hampton is amazing.
Okay. What was amazing about this particular set of shows?
Well, the mothership was amazing.
Okay.
The sound in that venue is pristine.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It is the last,
No complaints on
one
the
of the
sound.
last of the venues that I remember being venue-y as a kid. This is not like Climate Pledge where you fucking walk into the place to get water and don't have to talk to anybody and walk out and you paid for it somehow.
my
This is
gosh.
like your grandpa's.
Yeah, this is an
It's
old
been around.
venue that is dope and it's all general admission and it sounds amazing and Fish is very comfortable in that room. And from the very first song on the very first night, they kicked much ass.
Yeah.
And
I have a silly question. Did
What?
it smell like dank, like old dank kind of?
by the time we left,
Our
it did.
hotel did.
Yeah,
Does that
our
count?
hotel definitely did. Yeah, the hotel was a whole fun thing. We had a soft spot in our bathroom floor, like it was hardwood floors, but there was like a soft spot.
Kind of sunk every
Yeah.
time you stepped
And
on
then
it.
there was
oh,
like
shit.
a rip in the wall.
And you couldn't open the door all
rip
the way
in the
without
wall.
hitting
Yeah,
the
like
toilet.
somebody like took a knife and dragged it down the wall. And then the
That's
toilet,
encouraging.
the toilet must have grown since they installed it somehow. Like
It didn't
it's one of
quite
those
fit.
growing toilets because the door won't shut past the toilet without you like manhandling it past the lip of the toilet. And then there was like in the ceiling a bunch of, it looked like if you put your finger in the ceiling, mushrooms would be there.
No, this is what it looked like when you
Was it
bake
like saggy?
when you bake a cake and the middle doesn't harden. That's what it was.
Oh, and
like.
it's another
Yeah.
soft spot.
But it was
on
in
the
the ceiling. Yeah. And then the floor was a little slick, like all the time.
Yeah, it was gross.
Oh.
Do
It's
not
weird.
wear your bare feet on the floor.
I rarely do that, and even in nice hotels.
But like even for like a second, you get from your outside shoes to like either the bed or
and then
some
there's
slippers.
the chalk outline by the bed.
Well,
and
that's
the-
what
oh.
Jordan said that he thinks that possibly there was, or was it
No, it was
Sean
Sean and
Krista.
Krista said theirs was a cover up.
mostly
of a
likely
murder
a
scene.
murder in their room?
Oh my god!
Or no, a crime scene.
And then everybody said that we had the nicest room.
Wow! All right.
That in itself was a great time for me.
Yeah, man. It was fucking hilarious. But I'd go again. Fish was amazing. The 3 nights of seeing them, you know, it's different than seeing one show. It's 3 nights. You're doing a run and it's a thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they kicked ass. And
Yeah. They brought it. That's for sure.
and
Those are
whatever
good
Kuroda's
shows.
smoking on his off time, I'm for it.
It just keeps getting better. That's what's amazing. That light show, they just keep adding things and new dimension to it. It's like, what the fuck they do
Yeah.
now?
We haven't even discussed what we're doing this week here.
Well, this week on the show we have
Brad Zerman of 7 Point Cannabis.
7 points.
Yeah, this is a different kind of No Simple Road interview. This is not a musician. This is an innovator in the cannabis industry. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm really stoked that we had Brad on, but I'm really sad that Apple wasn't here for this.
Yeah.
I know, and this one we had to reschedule several times on his end, our end, and yeah, this is interesting what I've listened to. I haven't heard the whole thing, but I hope we can do some of the things that he's doing out here eventually, like having the cannabis lounges and.
It's brilliant what he's doing with marrying the culture of cannabis with the dispensary.
Well, in the community.
Yeah, but marrying that culture with the dispensary thing is really smart, man.
And the love and his love of music, like all of us.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm really stoked for all of you to hear this with Brad. Yeah. And you know what?
What?
I mean, we didn't do like a full Hampton report, but I
No.
imagine we'll get to that one of these days.
I mean, we
Or
just
we won't.
reported it.
Okay.
Really?
It was good. We saw fish.
Yeah.
It was fun. Ha ha ha. Yay.
One, I imagine
Look.
most everybody out like me has probably, hopefully, listened to the shows, and they were damn good.
Sunday night was my favorite show.
Yeah, they opened with First Tube. I felt
Yeah.
Mel all the way in
I
Hampton.
mean, they're getting busy when they're going to start opening the show like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're
well,
not
I mean, the
fucking
run
around.
opened with
Fluff.
Fluffhead, so you know it's going to be special.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it. I called it with my hat.
Mel
called
was
it with
wearing
your
her,
hat.
her
Mhm.
Fluffhead bucket hat from Long Strange Putt, and
And it just so happened that the guy that sold me the watermelon on the second day
Yep.
saw me later and was like, "Hey, you called it yesterday with your hat. I remember when we bought the
is he the
water."
one that gave you the bouncy chicken?
The bouncy chicken. No, I got the bouncy chicken for the same thing, but for somebody else who noticed my call.
You know how everybody's got sprouts that they clip onto the bill of their hat?
Oh, yeah.
Mel got like this chicken on a
With-
spring that clips to the bill of your
and
hat.
the chicken has rabbit ears on.
And as soon as
And
she
it's
took
springy.
it off her hat and put it on my hat, and I did like
He asked for it.
I just like did this for like bounced my head a little tiny bit for 4 seconds, and the fucking chicken broke.
He broke my chicken.
Right
broke
on,
her
dude.
chicken.
Way to break the chicken.
I know.
It was
That
kinda
answers
sad.
that. I was going to say, where is this?
Well,
bouncy
We're
actually,
gonna
the
find a way to
chicken-
repair him.
It's in my. I have the resources.
JB weld his ass.
I just got him.
Make
so
him stronger before the bionic chicken.
no, it was a really good time. I feel like it was a great way to spend time with people that we don't normally get to spend like time with. So
Yeah.
to me, that quality time was really special. I'll
I-
never forget our cute little time with everybody
All of
that
it.
every single person we interacted with that run.
There's nothing like a Waffle House breakfast the day after a fish show.
There is something like
Wow.
Yeah, Waffle House is something else. I'm glad you guys went again and experienced that.
It was a fucking sitcom going on
that.
there.
Forget about the food. The service was exactly everything I needed.
It was the best.
It was, the ladies there were so sweet. It reminded me of home somehow.
Yeah, it was cool.
Like just in that, talking with them and taking care of us, and it was really sweet. It was a fun actually trip for service.
Yeah, we had a good waitress at First Watch too. She was a deadhead. And
Shirley.
And was all stoked.
Surely was.
She surely was.
Or was it Cheryl? Cheryl or Shirley?
Babe.
It was probably both. Anyway, yeah, I had a really great time, and it was really fun spending time with you and going somewhere we'd never been.
Yeah, the South is no joke.
Virginia's for lizards.
It definitely is, and they can have it. Okay, so
there it is. That's it.
Oh, you know what else we didn't tell you about is Shop Tour Bus.
What?
You guys should go to shoptourbus.com and check out the dope merch they have.
Like their new hat?
That's right.
Yeah,
they
the
have
Terrapin trucker hat. They made a batch of them, and it says, ironically, they sold out so quickly that they did more, and I checked it. They are up there for sale right now.
Ooh.
So get over there, shoptourbus.com. They also have Grateful Dead inspired shirts with song titles told in the form of pictograms.
Cool.
Nobody else has that.
No. I've never seen that.
And they come in a hand-designed box, and you might get a Grateful Dead cassette bootleg in your order.
And
all kinds of tchotchkes.
Supporting a small family business. And what is better than that these days than to support our moms, pops, uncles, aunties, everybody.
And you're getting free shipping. Put in the promo code No Simple Road when you check out, and Shop Tour Bus is going to hook you up with free shipping. And that's how you do that. Also, follow No Simple Road on the social medias at No Simple Road. Our website is nosimpleroad.com. That's where you can do website stuff. Go over there. You can do things. It's fun. You'll see. Go to patreon.com/No Simple Road. That is how you can financially support the three of us and help us keep doing No Simple Road.
Puts gas in the tank, coffee
Y'all
in the
know
cup.
everything about prices out there if you're living.
And if you don't want to sign up for something monthly on Patreon, you can buy us a cup of coffee. Our PayPal is nosimpleroad@gmail.com. And you can, throw a couple bucks over there and you can take us out for a local mom and pop latte.
Coffee spot.
Yeah, I was going to say Starbucks, but don't do that.
No, local. Support your local business, as we just said. And you can go over to Apple Podcasts and you can hit that 5-star, and you can go even further, leave us a little review. We don't have a new one, so that leaves the door open for you.
It could be you.
Yeah.
Listen.
And then the coolest thing is
971
our tepid line.
808-1524. That is the tepid line. Call in. Tell us something. Tell us about stuff. It's cool. You'll like it.
Share a holiday recipe. A joke.
What is really the most important thing, Apple?
Tell a
Word
friend.
of mouth.
I'm Apple too.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Hell no, you're not.
Yeah, I'm Mel also.
Oh, God, no. I'm in hell right now. Everybody help.
Here, borrow my beard, Mel.
Send help.
Okay, no, let's get back to it. We were going to tell a friend about a cool episode that we've heard, like this exact one with Brad. Be like, oh my God, listen to this dope entrepreneur starting stuff, finishing stuff, making things happen. And here, you might get inspired. Tell your cousin, tell your neighbor.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
By telling somebody you love, you are helping build the mycelial network that is the No Simple Road family.
Dun, dun.
Thank you. Anyway, that is the whole thing. We're going to get you to this interview with Brad right now.
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you
Brad Zerman.
What's going on, man?
How you guys doing?
We did it.
We're doing great, man.
Awesome.
How's your morning treating you?
Not bad. We're trying to get ready to open the smoking lounge, so we're just like running around getting stuff done.
Is today the day?
No.
Okay.
Today's not the day, but a couple weeks.
Well, Brad, I'm Aaron, first off.
Okay.
Great to meet you, brother.
Good to meet you.
And my name's Mel. Brad, thanks for hanging out with us on a fun little Saturday morning.
All right, Mel, you said?
Yep.
Okay, good to meet you.
Hey, Brad, for the folks that are going to be listening to this, will you introduce yourself to them?
Yeah, sure. I'm Brad Zerman from 7 Point And we have a dispensary in Danville and record store, smoking lounge.
Wow. I was looking this morning at your website, and what you're doing is really unique, man. It's really cool, brother. I was saying to Mel, I'm amazed nobody's doing this anywhere else. Like, I can't think of a place that is doing that.
I know. I don't think there is anything like it in the world because I Googled it and stuff. But it just seems like such an obvious way to like combine cannabis with something,
Yeah.
What everyone listens to music and smokes.
What was how did you get into 7 Point? How did that start?
It started in 2014. I applied for 3 medical dispensary licenses when the governor passed the bill. And so I applied for those licenses in 2014. I was already in the ATM business. So I had like ATMs and bars and gas stations, and it was mostly in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
But so I've started a couple businesses before, so I was really interested in this. And then we won one of the licenses in 2015, and we opened in 16. So we had one of the first medical dispensaries. There were 50 at the time. And we opened a really cool, like high-end kind of fancy design store that wasn't intimidating at all and looked more like a spa.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So it like made people more, I think, easier about it. It was brand new.
Right.
So we had that, and like it was super medical. We had so many different educational events throughout the city and surrounding cities that we could teach people the benefits of medical cannabis, and we helped them register with the state for the program, which was like a super pain and expensive at the time.
Right.
So we had that store, and we sold it in 2019, and I sold my ATM business, and then basically put all the profits back into trying to get back in the cannabis business when it was recreational. So I won a few licenses, but this is the one that we really focused on. And we figured we had like a really cool store last time. We had all this education last time. It's like 10 years later. What are we going to do to step up the game for the educational side and like the coolness factor, like to make people want to come and potentially crowded market. So on the educational side, we licensed this product, this service from another company that enables the customers in the store to pick up like all the cannabis products. So like, let's say this is a cannabis product.
Right.
You could pick it up. It's got like a coaster underneath it and then a code. And then we have these electronic readers right there. You set it down, and then right there on the monitor, you could see all the information about that product. So like, let's say it's like eighth of flower, and the grower has like 10 strains. All the strains are going to pop up. All the cannabinoid information, percentages, and then you could click and learn more about any one of those products or add it to your cart, log in. And so we have over 400 slots around the store of cannabis products that are just empty packaging. But like when I would go around to stores all over the country and, visit people and my kids and whatever, I'd go to stores and I didn't understand why everyone was the same. It's like they all had all the packaging behind glass, walls. And why is it behind glass if it's just empty packaging? You can't have like live product except in Michigan, probably.
Right.
Maybe California, I don't know, but mostly everywhere it's just empty packaging. So why not let people touch it at least?
Yeah.
So we looked for like, I've seen this before in like Walmart or Target, and in those cases you could pick up the product, set it down, learn about it, and then throw it in your basket. For us, we can't throw it in the basket, but you could throw it in the virtual cart at least and buy it. And so that's like amazing for people to be able to come up to that and just play around. It's interactive. It's kind of cool and fun. And you could learn something, especially for people maybe who just aren't into cannabis yet. And they're just trying to figure it out without, you know, a lot of people I know, they don't want to talk to bud tenders because they don't know enough.
Yeah, they feel intimidated.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a good way to get some information, like not just on your home computer, but you can come in and then we're standing right there if you have a question. You know, it's just so easy. And then the other thing that we wanted to do was normalize cannabis.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna normalize cannabis, then how would you have a dispensary that only sells cannabis? That's not normal.
That's fucking
That
genius.
is a great question.
Like the only other place like that is like the dry cleaners. You know, that's all you can do is the dry
You
cleaners.
clean your clothes there. That's it.
Yeah, you can't buy a candy bar or drink anything. It's just pick up your clothes. But
Was there
for
a lot of red
cannabis,
tape to marry those two, aspects? Because you can either sell it or you can consume it. A lot of places won't let you do both. How did that, was there a lot of red tape? Like what was going on there?
a lot of red tape. The state of Illinois, for all of its problems in the cannabis space, they actually have like a decent consumption situation. It's not perfect, but it's allowed. And so there's nothing that you have to do with the state to get a consumption lounge other than get the local approval from the municipality that you're in.
Okay.
So that's the really hard part though.
Yeah.
But I don't have to go back to the state and try to get a license or something. But it's not ideal because I think we're going to be like the fifth one in the state. That's it. And it's been wrecked for a while now.
That's weird. That's so weird. Like it doesn't make sense to me. First of all, there's a million bars in every city. You can go drink in a bar and sit there all day. Nobody gives a shit. Yep. But you can't go somewhere and smoke weed. Like it doesn't make sense to me. What do you think the stigma is? Well,
where our location is, it's super conservative. So we're actually on the border of Indiana.
Okay.
So think about Indiana, like Mike Pence,
right.
We're really down on it. And that's the area that we're in. It's like very Trump oriented, super conservative. And the people on the council, a lot of the people on the city council are like voting on their personal beliefs, not for what's good for the city or the constituents.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously that's what's going on. So and some of those people, they're not even pro bars either. So it's like, you can't win really.
Right.
So
yeah, you can't use that excuse of there's 20 bars. They're like, so what? We don't want those either.
we said that if they wouldn't let us open a smoking lounge, that we were going to immediately apply for a liquor license and open a bar right next to our dispensary. That did not make some of those people happy, but that was the whole point, because you don't want anything there. You're going to get one or the other. Just pick,
So you had to play hardball with them.
We played hardball because the mayor was against us, and for 3 years since we built this building that I'm in. So we built like a $6 million new construction building. It's a super cool building. We're in the middle of nowhere, it's just rural. So we had to build a building, but then we had this space the whole time, like ready to go. We built a dispensary and we built an empty space that would be a lounge. But for 3 years or more, maybe 4, we've been trying to get it approved. And, the mayor's, politicking all his people, and we fought hard. We invited all the planning commissioners and the city councilmen into our space that we gave a tour of the store, gave them a tour of the lounge so they could understand it's just a regular space. There's nothing weird going on.
Right.
And we got 100% of the planning commissioners to go along with it. 7 out of 7, even a pastor.
Fuck yeah.
What?
Yep. And then we went to the council and we kind of did the same thing. Some people didn't want to come, but we fought City Hall and we won. We actually got rejected once, and we used some legal maneuvers and two of our supporters were out that day, and then we came back the next month and won.
Congratulations, man. That's
Dang.
really cool. I think part of it is exactly what you said, inviting people into the space to let them see what's actually going on. It's not fucking some crazy shit. It's just people hanging out. Do you know what I mean? And
it sounds like crazy shit now because that's not what used to be. That wasn't what's allowed.
Yeah,
so
it was somebody's basement.
For somebody like for them, these conservative people, that does sound like a crazy, wacky idea. What are you talking about? Cannabis, music, like no way.
Right.
Okay, so if you're in such a rural space, how is it getting business wise? How does that work for you?
So we're across the street from one of the biggest cannabis companies in the country also. So there's Cresco Labs owns Sunnyside. They're across the street. They were dominating everything, but then we showed up across the street. We're hurting them a little bit. They still kind of crush us on certain days, but it's only on a price war. No one wants to go to their store. We have a much cooler store. So they have all these crazy sales to try to beat us. And then there's another company that tried to open next door to them that we sort of objected to publicly.
Right.
Just not enough business to go around for all these stores.
Yeah.
So they're in the next town over and they have a consumption lounge too.
Mm-hmm.
But we're on the border of Indiana along with Sunnyside. So we're able to tap into the market in Illinois that we're in, but also all the way to Indianapolis and beyond.
Yeah, we have some God, I wish Apple was here. We have some dispensaries up here on borders with like Idaho that are tapping into the same thing. They're both markets and
but
people traveling.
As far as I know, there's no consumption lounge.
No. There's no lounges here.
For the most part, there's really not that many. I think there might be one or two in Portland that I can think of. Yes, and that was like
you have to be like a member,
on the
right?
east side. Yeah, it's like a membership.
So many weird rules and stuff.
There's a lot of weird rules, and it doesn't. Cannabis creates a culture, and unfortunately, for so long, the culture is hidden. It's hidden in people's basements. It's hidden in people's living rooms. And you go somewhere maybe like Amsterdam and you're able to smoke out in public, and it's like so freaking liberating and so awesome to be with fellow people that just smoke weed. And
having breakfast and smoking weed was one of the coolest experiences of my life in Amsterdam.
Yeah. And so I feel like you're doing something really awesome for the United States and creating something that's not just that, but also something beautiful and like high end and high tech. And clearly you have to have a passion for this, I'm assuming, Brad.
When did you start smoking weed, Brad?
Well, I started smoking weed when I was 15, but I had a hiatus for a while. I smoked a lot in college, really heavily in college. I went to University of Wisconsin. It was a big party school. But then I found when I got out of college, I moved to Chicago. I grew up in Detroit area. And I moved to Chicago, and I, like half the time I was smoking weed, from wherever, I would get sick. So I kind of stopped smoking weed, like upper respiratory stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like I'm kind of prone to some of those things, and it didn't help. So I was like kind of down on it. I drank for 20 years.
Oh shit.
And then like once it started opening up in Illinois, and I was able to try like lab tested, mold free, pesticide free weed, then it worked better. It doesn't make me sick. It makes me feel better. So that was like really a unique situation for me, because I was kind of confused why I would even get sick from it. But my allergist told me, weed has mold unless it's grown properly, and you're allergic to mold. It's like one of the things. So
you're literally ingesting it, and that's going right to the worst source that you could possibly want.
It's funny that you say that, man. I started smoking when I was like 13 and had been like a hardcore smoker up into my early 20s, and had a really bad acid trip. And after that acid trip, couldn't smoke weed anymore. Every time I would smoke, I would get panic attacks. And Mel and I have been married for like almost 28 years. The whole time that we've been married, I've fought with smoking weed. Like every time I would try it, panic attack. I'd not do it for months and months, a year, and then try it one more time, panic attack. And that went on forever. And within the past 6 months, I've been able to smoke weed again for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's the best medicine there is. Like it really.
So what do you smoke, like indica?
Yeah. And like I said, I'm really sad that Apple's not here. He's been working.
Yeah, Brad, this would have been a completely even better. I mean, it's great. I'm so appreciating what you're doing. But Apple, he just works in the industry.
Yeah, and he's like, we call him Santa Claus. He looks like Santa Claus. He works in the industry. He knows everything
and
about
everyone.
everything.
Yeah.
So living with him, I have the opportunity to like, he's bringing home all the top shelf, best of the best shit.
Well, he's our human thing that like you were saying, that that QR code thing. He's our human one that'll come and be like, oh, you know, this farm right here, this dude doesn't sell to anybody, only one spot. He's amazing.
These are old genetics. Blah,
I wanted to ask, are you involved in the grow part at all? Because you were talking about, you know, needing to have this certain type of cannabis. And so if you're not a part of that grow, how can you?
Well, they know.
Well, no, everything in Illinois is mold free, pesticide free, heavy metals free. So I get along with all of it. But when we applied for licenses, we won 2 craft grow licenses. But the problem is that where's the money coming from to build these, you know, huge, expensive indoor grow facilities? The ones that are open now are like $15 million facilities.
Wow.
So just to start, just to get started. So like, we have like almost $10 million probably into this thing already.
Wow.
Just we're not even profitable yet, but we're doing a lot of business.
Okay.
But the weed business isn't like whatever.
It's a lot up front.
I was just going to say that, Brad.
Oh yeah. We found that out.
Everybody
quickly.
thought it was going to be this thing.
Yeah, because there was a lot more, you know, I would say like kind of mom and pop when we first arrived here, and you just can't sustain that for long term. The amount of that you need to grow, and then the processing aspect, and then turning it into whether it's going to be a rosin or, you know.
And also having so many grow licenses available in a market crushes the craft growers, because they're having to sell their shit for like, you know,
pennies on the dollar
a pound.
Yeah.
Also, like unlike West, where it is more mom and pop, we're the home of all the big multi-state operators. You know, Cresco, Green Thumb, Virago.
Okay.
They're all based in Chicago. You know, I grew up with these guys in the industry because we all won licenses in 2015 together.
What's that like? Do you have like the licensing, or is it literally just luck, or you have to pour money into it, or like how do you?
You have to plan on putting everything you have into the process and more.
Okay.
You either wind up bankrupt or you wind up with a store almost bankrupt, and it's fighting for your life. Like that's what it's all about.
You got to love it.
So what was it that made you determined to do that, Brad? What was it about you that was like, you said you had these other businesses, so clearly you had, you know,
I'm always up for a challenge, and like I've gotten into other businesses since, but it's mostly cannabis now. And it just seemed like a really interesting thing to do. I didn't know anything about it at the time, what I was getting myself into, but like once you're in it, you know, it's like, you know, a cult, like can't get out.
Can't get out. You got to get jumped out, dude.
Yeah. So Brad, tell me a little bit about like the community aspect of 7 Point and what you guys are doing at the shop with the lounge and the food trucks and music and vinyl and all of that.
Well, we've done a lot of things so far, but we got a lot more cooking. So that's really like what we've been all about is the community, because we figured what better way to, you know, get the community to embrace us if we just want to be friends with everyone and invite them over and stuff. So we had a lot of supporters from the community that we didn't even know. And so we became friends with them, and they certainly say good things about us. But like some of the things that we've done is like, we're the main sponsor for the Pride Festival this year. Now we're tight with that community, and they now want to like, they're talking to us about doing like a drag brunch as soon as we open. Basically, they are ready to go. And so there's that. And then there's someone here whose name is Chris Hightower. He's like a local celebrity around here. He's a comedian, producer, promoter. and a really nice guy. And he's got a partner who's a videographer, and they're like out and about together a lot.
Uh-huh.
They are planning on doing a monthly comedy show here and selling tickets, because that's what they've done before in restaurants in the area that have closed up. So like the community, everyone that I know, when I mention his name, they're all excited about the comedy shows because they
Right.
know who.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like there'll be more things like that will come up once we're open and people find out more about it than just people I meet. But we'll be doing that. And then, like, for example, this room right now is like the first time we're using it, but for a year and a half, it was empty. We collaborated with the local Danville farmers market over the winter, and we invited them into our space, and they set up a mini market in here 2 Saturdays a month for like 6 or 7 months.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we offered the space for free, and they could have used it every Saturday if they wanted to. So now, over when the weather got nice here, we wanted to do some outside stuff with them. It hasn't worked out as well yet. We've had, some fledgling markets outside. We bought a bunch of the same purple tents, like 10 of them.
Yeah.
So we could offer the tents for free to vendors. And it has like this farmers market logo on it with our logo. And, we've had some people, we had some bakers and ice cream trucks and people selling knickknacks and clothes, but we haven't really been able to like capture everyone's attention enough. There's festivals they're doing. And
Yeah.
so we're going to keep trying, because we have these tents and we're on like an acre. So we have a humongous parking lot to house like different things.
So people
So
just need to know about you, because once they know, that's like such a great idea.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to go to a farmer's market, support your local pot shop,
Exactly.
like find out about cool drag brunch, and like that's
all of it.
So like, in order to get one of these tents, does somebody just petition to you? They just know about it? Like, how do they?
We're open for any vendors right now. So yeah, like we're I would say we kind of dismantled the market because we had vendors not showing up. But the problem was like all these other festivals, they're all over now. So maybe we could start it up for the fall and carry over into the spring. They could be farmers market, vendors, or not farmers market vendors. Just,
Vendors, yeah.
there's a lot of that around here because it's a small town. There's not a lot of stores. So there's some food trucks and there's some different, shopping, like, outdoor stuff, festivals. That's big around here. But
Are you a Deadhead?
I'm not. I'm more a Pearl Jam fan.
Okay.
Oh, Pearl
All right.
Jam.
I just wonder, like,
But you want to see? We have something really cool. Since you brought up Deadhead,
Yeah.
I got to show you.
let's see.
So I'm going to walk away and grab it.
All right. It's really dope what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that, like I said at the beginning of the conversation, I can't believe that this isn't a thing like in every state that has legal weed. It doesn't make sense.
It takes somebody wanting to spearhead that. Do you know what he wants to make that happen in that community? So he's created a space. He's getting people together. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
here, someone is making it happen.
Somebody's got to make it happen.
Yes.
That's true. But it just seems like it makes sense. Like Brad really thought of something cool. Oh, wow. What's that?
Is that a speaker?
So this is
No,
the
it's a
case
case.
for the student glass.
It looks like a small carry-on suitcase with a zipper. Oh, the gravity ball. Yeah, that
Wow.
thing is amazing.
That looks like Superman.
Yeah, cool.
That
is
so
really
cool.
dope. Yeah, man.
What?
I love it.
So yeah, we have some Wiz Khalifa ones now too.
How does it work, Brad? How well does it work, I should say?
Sounds like Aaron's used it once or twice. But
I've never used it. I've seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
I've seen you like flip it and then it fills when you flip it the other way, right?
you light it,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
right? You light the bowl and you flip this. Water is in one side. And when you flip it, the water comes down, the gravity pulls the hit through. So you don't have to use your mouth to pull the hit. and then it pushes it out here, and you don't even need to touch this.
It's the perfect birthday
Pushes
gift.
it out.
Wow. That's
fucking
beautiful.
rad.
It's really cool.
Yeah, the reason that I asked you that it is because the Grateful Dead world and
hold on.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's got that's really cool, man.
Is it etched in there, Brad, or is it like have texture to it?
It's like a sticker.
Oh, okay.
For those of you listening, go Google Grateful Dead Gravity Bong and you'll see what we're talking about. This thing is dope.
I think it's Student Glass is the manufacturer.
Okay. Yeah, man. The Grateful Dead world and that whole jam band scene is a huge community, and people, in my experience, that come from that world think communally and do the kind of things that you're doing. That's why I asked that, but that makes sense. Pearl Jam's the same thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you next, like how we're gonna bring community into this space.
Let's hear it.
So first, I want to mention that, like with the music in the store, the way, I don't know what pictures you saw, but like we have this really long wall, and so what we did was we set up like compartments of genres of music and like genres of weed.
Oh.
So it's like there's pre-roll section with the same setup where you can pick up a pre-roll, set it down and learn about it. But then the next section is like hip hop. And then there's records and videos that you can watch. Then the next section, flower, then rock, then, so it's all interactive on the music side. And then we have, I have a collection of rock and roll, mostly signed memorabilia.
Yeah.
I've met a bunch of people and I've bought a bunch of things from charity auctions over the years. And so I brought down like a signed Pearl Jam guitar. I've met Chris Cornell. I've got signed concert tickets.
Oh, wow.
All this is on display like a museum. Rage Against the Machine symbol signed by the band, like a big one. U2 leather jacket signed. So I've got like all these things and just some regular concert posters too. But we brought down half of like my house to put around the door. People, can eat cool shit,
Yeah.
Brad, it sounds like you're building yourself in that building. You know what I mean?
My daughter came down here. One of my daughters came down here and she's looking around. She said, I want to live here.
Aww.
Some of that stuff was like from our house,
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I want to.
What does your family think about this? Can I ask that? Like, what are you said daughters, like your partner,
yeah, well,
what?
Now my daughters are adults, but this all started when they were probably in like middle school. So it's been a long road that this has just been part of like, what we talk about since they were little, but we have, one of them's 25 and one of them's like 23.
Okay.
And one went to Denver. So I've been to Denver a million times visiting her and seeing the whole, situation out there. And everyone's like along for the ride, everyone's rooting for me in the store. And, we're not profitable yet. So we're still in the weeds, so to speak.
Yeah. But when you build something big, Brad, like the payoff is in the doing, know, and clearly it's not that it's not going to pay off. You know that it is. Otherwise you wouldn't have, invested this time, effort, and, money. But it's like you're doing something. You're creating community that doesn't take 2 minutes. That's a lifetime, a commitment. And if you're pouring yourself into it, you can't take yourself out of it.
That's true.
Like that.
Well, I live down here half the time. So like I rent a house that's like 15 minutes from where I'm at right now. And I rented a place in Champaign, which is where the University of Illinois is, for like 2 years before this.
Okay.
But it was like 40 minutes away. So I got sick of that because I'm really in Danville all the time. And so
40-minute drive every day is no fun.
Yeah, I did it for a couple of years. So I'm down here like 4 days a week. I'm going back to Chicago after this. I'll be back here Monday.
Are you doing a lot of the hands-on work yourself too, Brad?
What kind of hands-on work?
Like the building stuff, or like,
I met people that are doing it. Like my close friends in Danville are doing stuff, but with the buildings already here. So all we really needed was money that we really didn't have.
Yeah.
So this thing got approved in February,
Uh-huh.
but it's taken us till now because we're putting in like 5-10 grand a week to buy like all these, we've got like booths here, that we bought like on Etsy, we got all these tables here from
it's amazing.
Wayfair.
What a great space, man. That's beautiful.
All right. So now here's what I want to tell you. The best part about it, how we're going to build community in here
Yeah.
is on this stage right here. So
It looks like the coolest restaurant you ever saw with no kitchen.
So we have a real stage that a full band could fit on,
Yeah.
and that's a 100-inch TV. And then we've got like right here some mixing equipment and a really fancy turntable with a blue light that's super cool.
Right.
But what we set up here now is basically 7 nights a week we're going to have music related events 7 nights a week. And it'll be like on a repeating schedule. So after a couple of weeks, it's just going to be like clockwork. Our team will know how to do it. We're already like just practicing it, inviting a few friends over. And so like, for example, Sunday night, movie night, we could run Seth Rogen funny movies, Snoop Dogg, whatever. We could do music, documentaries. We could do concerts, every genre.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll have a calendar on our website as soon as we open with this calendar of events.
Wow.
And then, so like that's Sunday night. So then the other nights will be like playlist night. So we might have a contest in the dispensary that says, yeah, if we pull your name out, you're going to win. You could bring in your playlist and we'll play it in the lounge. And so you can kick back and it's all your music. You could bring in your favorite record and we'll play it on the turntable. So like, and then we'll probably do other fun stuff while we're in there. Like, for example,
That'd be the place to go hang out.
Always.
we got games, we got everything in here you're going to be able to do for free, unless it's like some real concert or comedy show.
Okay.
So like here's some Cheech and Chong stoner type games, like one of them's like Cards Against Humanity.
But it's
Like
stoner
that.
version.
Yeah, exactly. So then movie night, playlist night, we have a music trivia program that's from Australia. It's got different genres and different time eras. So we could say, oh, this week's going to be 80s music trivia, next week it's maybe a different one. So the people could come out that can relate to that.
Yeah.
And then another night, music bingo. So one of the nearby lounges, the town over, they like to do bingo 2 nights a week, but that's all they do. It's just bingo, regular bingo 2 nights a week. When was the last time you played bingo?
I would say
when we lived in
15 years
Vegas.
ago. Yeah, at least.
It's fun once in a while, but not like every week, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's like a once in a while thing. And it's super stressful. You have to listen and pay attention to doing it. Right?
It
Totally.
is, dude. The daubers, the whole
Everyone's
thing.
like,
Yeah.
Yes.
People have 10 boards. So that's just too stressful for this place. So we found Music Bingo, this Australian program too. And they play a song on the screen. Like it'll be playing a song and then the name of the song will pop up. So you don't need to know the name of the song, but you don't need to wait for someone to shout out a number. You just have to listen to the music.
Oh,
And they're
that's
going
so
to tell you
cool.
that they're going to tell you the song, which is the number. And then on the bingo card, it's just all songs.
Short attention span, friendly bingo.
Yes.
I love it.
No yelling, no screaming, just music. And it runs on itself.
Fun.
I love this schedule already.
Yeah.
This is
I want to
great.
hang out.
We've played it. It's fun. And then with the other nights, that's like weeknights, but then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, karaoke. So
Of course,
we got this karaoke system called Singa. I
Okay.
believe that Spotify owns it.
Okay.
And most of the current songs, it's the actual artist's music behind you singing.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
cool.
it's not like some podunk weird,
Yeah.
you
Weird
know,
AI
sounding.
generated bullshit.
weird version of the song. It's the actual artist in most cases for the new stuff. But then on the screen that you see,
Uh-huh.
we'll have all the words so the audience can see the words. But then we've got a monitor on a stand underneath that little shelf that we're building. And the singer will have their own monitor. We got 2 microphones so people can come up with their friend. And we have stage lights up here. So we can turn all the lights out and have like a real stage experience.
That's so
It's
fun.
ultimate karaoke.
And then, so I'm sure that there could be musicians there as well, like, you know.
Yes, and live music. So the weekend is karaoke, open mic night. Again, bring in the public,
Okay.
get on stage and do whatever what their jam is. And then Saturday night will be live music, whether it's one musician or more. It's not going to be any big stuff because we got to pay for that.
Yes.
But we do know that the people in the community want to get up on the stage and perform, whether we pay them a small amount of money or we could give them weed. You know,
Yeah,
there's a
work
lot
something
of
out.
possibilities.
Yes.
Has there been like have you noticed a change of heart for like the people that were hardcore against you guys once you opened the dispensary side and they got to know you and what was going on? People that
The dispensary wasn't the real hard part.
Really?
It was the lounge. Because
Mm.
we were the first one to come here in the area besides the existing ones across the street.
Right.
So it had just like gotten legal, and the city felt like they had to bring in like a new company, especially because in Illinois, our process was social equity based. So our company is owned by 51% partners that we gave the shares to for free because they lived in disadvantaged areas. So we're part of that. And
That's awesome.
so we were able to use that to our advantage to get in here, and we were first.
Right.
And it was harder for other people because then we fought them off.
Yeah.
But that's one thing, right? They already had the dispensary here. They just felt like some of them felt like this was just taking it too far, and it's just going to be too many people getting stoned and getting into car accidents. But you know, there's just the data doesn't support that that side. So that's like we haven't got to that point yet because we're not open yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think, like, you know, we invited them in. They all know what we're doing. The people that cared to come in, even the people that were not for us, some of them came in.
Right.
And so, you know, the police chief has been here, and we took all his advice so we could get him on our team too. So we're just collaborators trying to do the best we can. And then once we're open, we'll invite people to come in that were our opponents and, you know, show them around, just like we did with the dispensary.
That's so smart. And I'll tell you, when we pulled up the website, the picture of the building, it's striking, man. It looks like you said,
Awesome.
it looks like a spa. And, you know, living here in Oregon, there's a dispensary on every other corner. And when we first moved here, even being part of that world, it was fucking intimidating, man.
Yeah.
Like going into a dispensary, I would get nervous. Like, oh, fuck, I don't know anything. And these, you know, but seeing something like that makes you feel a little different about the whole thing. Like I would walk in there.
Yeah. I mean, we have like 75% of our business comes from Indiana. So that's our real market. And we have other people that are coming even from farther away because we're off this interstate. So people are just driving through Indiana to go to other places even. But if they want to go to a dispensary, they're going to look us up and, you know, they're going to want to come in. We have a couple other things up our sleeves for collaborations too that
Like what?
that I want to tell you about, because like if they happen, they're going to be really good. I found out through an old friend through my first dispensary that she was connected to the Chicago Hip Hop and Heritage Museum because she used to be a hip hop artist. And so they were like posting on Facebook from their museum. It was like a little house. And so I got connected to them, I've had a whole bunch of meetings over at their place. They're going to probably come down here this next week, but we offered to them to take over our hip hop section. So like all those 4 music sections.
Yeah.
And then they could make it like a real authentic hip hop section. Right now it's just whatever I created. It's generic.
Yeah. But they could like
they're
curate something
real-
awesome.
Yeah. And they have like some installations in their museum and one in a local college that they showed me. And like, I want that in that section. So like they have like 3 old monitors, like Macintosh old monitor kind of stuff. And they have like probably a Fire Stick just running their program of old artists, you know? And that's super cool. Cause I mean, I have like a huge screen with a hip hop YouTube station running on it. That's amazing, but this is way cooler.
Oh yeah. It gives it like a little authenticity and some, you know, artistry.
And we want to be the hub for them in Central Illinois and push people to their location. So like, let us work with you and your stuff. Like we don't even need your stuff. We can buy old monitors and replicate that.
Right.
But we just want to be your hub, and that's going to make us more authentic. And then you guys can come down here, do whatever you want on stage. We can have events where you're going to talk about your museum, but like right in your section, we can have a QR code so people could buy a ticket for your tour. And so we can help you drive business there. We're in Illinois. They're in Illinois. People are driving a ways to come to us. What's a couple hours to go see some cool history?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah, man.
I mean, it really sounds like you've kind of covered a lot of the bases here. You're including everybody, which I find really groundbreaking right now. There's a lot of things that people are, you know, everything's always its own group.
Yeah, we get
you know?
stuck in our little clique.
But you're really expanding and including everybody. And I, you know, just from a human, I appreciate that so much.
Well, if you think about cannabis is one thing that like
ties
isn't genre specific.
No, it ties people together.
Yeah, you know, the
Or brings
hippies
people
smoke
together.
weed, the people that listen to hip hop
Yeah.
smoke
Friend
weed.
with weed is a friend indeed.
Exactly.
Yes,
Jazz heads
yes.
smoke weed. You got everybody.
Well, it's just really cool to see, Brad, how you're doing it, and or at least how you're planning it. Even, you know what I mean?
I have all the best intentions to bring in the community and the collaboration and all that, but I have to say it's just smart business too, because when we have these markets and there's this woman who bakes, Ashley Bakes. She has all these posts on social media how she's going to show up at our events on Saturday and come out and get her cookies and stuff. And so if everyone's doing that, like the farmers market did in here, it was great. Some of them are more on social media and others are less, but when they're posting about where they're going to be, then they're bringing people to us, and our customers are walking right by here, and we're giving them coupons sometimes to push them in because we want it all to work. And then everyone's working to promote the businesses that are here. And so the more things that we could get going here, then the more social media we could get.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's the all boats rise mentality. Like if I help you, I'm helping myself at the same time. We both are getting something from it. And I think that's, at least in my opinion, I only have the perspective of what I've seen through Apple working in the industry. And I think that a lot of the issue anyway is that like the owners of these big grows and the big dispensary chains are solely in it for the dough. And aren't looking at community or how they can connect people or any of that.
For sure, the store across the street is not involved in the community at all.
Right.
And most people that are on the Illinois side in this area don't care to shop there because they're high price. It's a sterile looking store and they don't offer anything to the community at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's negatively affecting their business, because they're not spending any time or money on connecting with anyone that lives around here. So it's just all the Indiana business who doesn't care. It's not their community anyway. They're just coming to go to the dry cleaners to pick up their laundry.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
Very true.
we want them to come in and hang out for a bit. we're not like short on parking spots where we need to rush them out or anything. You know, it's like we got Pearl Jam's concert poster artist to do a design, a 2,000 square foot mural, and that's on
Oh,
the ceiling. So check that out.
Okay.
It's Ames Brothers out of Seattle.
All right.
wow.
Yeah.
They did a lot of Soundgarden, Lollapalooza stuff, but they're big time designers, and it's the bass player's brother from Pearl Jam.
Okay.
So, Brad, what was your first Pearl Jam show?
My first one, I think my current wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, took me. It was 1995.
Dang.
So they started in 91, but they were doing all these festivals, and I was so not a festival person.
Right.
So I skipped a lot of good shows, but they played Soldiers Field in 95. And I think that's when I started dating her, and she got us tickets. And that was like, the Grateful Dead played the night before on the stage. So it was like, a big music weekend.
That was their last show too.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep. So,
And then, but now, and I didn't hear this because my then girlfriend got the worst seats in Soldiers Field, in the very back, and I'm like, I was trained to sit more up front when I was a kid.
yeah.
So I didn't love where I was sitting, but I loved my girlfriend for getting the Pearl Jam tickets.
Yeah.
And then I knew she was a keeper.
Hell yeah.
But now when you listen to Pearl Jam radio and stuff, and you hear all the old concerts, the 95 Chicago show is a big show. And you hear Eddie Vedder say, right when the concert starts, he says, thanks to Jerry and the band for letting us use your stage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we found a whole bunch of, joints on the stage. Thank you.
Right
That's
on.
fucking dope.
Right on.
Yeah.
Those experiences are the best and really do shape the rest of our life.
Yeah.
When you get a good one like that, it really does kind of carry over into everything. And so tell me, Brad, besides the regulatory bullshit and politics, what's the hardest part of working in the cannabis industry?
The hardest part is competing against the biggest companies
Mm.
who are just growing massive amounts of weed and then selling it in their own stores.
Yeah.
It's tricky. We were lucky enough to partner with some good growers here that are also publicly traded companies
Right.
that wanted to go head to head against our neighbors across the street, because they're all fighting for top positions in different cities and states. So, they want to see people lose market share. So we got some of these other big companies to band together with us to try to hurt them a bit too.
Yeah.
So that's really helpful, because without that kind of support, we wouldn't have much. We're the independent company, and we want to be able to promote all the independent growers.
Yeah.
Independent growers, they're all cash constrained like I am, and they can't run those deals like these big companies can.
Mm-mm.
But we represent the whole state. We have all the growers in our store and almost all the infusers. A lot of them are social equity. Because I had those grow licenses, I was
Right.
on the board of that association for a couple of years. So I became friends with all those new growers. But because of my old store 10 years ago, I have strong relationships with the big growers now that just started back then, because we used to buy from them.
Right.
So we're just trying to have the biggest menu possible, and whoever can keep up with us, we're going to sell a lot more of your product than everyone else. And people are finding that out about us, because we're doing, probably more sales volume than a lot of the Chicago companies, or most of them, because it's more competitive there. But here we're against one store here, and we have one in the next town, but going east to Indiana, we have 15 billboards now in Indiana for this one store.
People remember that. Billboards
do.
really do work, actually.
They do.
You do, because we're the only ones doing them. We have no competition. So we got all the select areas that are hour and a half away from us, where there's casinos or colleges or business or whatever. And then one right and smack in Indianapolis, like on the big highway there.
Uh-huh.
And so now we have some new ones going up because of the lounge. We're changing all the messages on the boards.
Right.
And like, not only does Indiana not want the weed, they don't want the advertising for the weed anymore either. So they passed a bill outlawing all forms of advertising for weed. But we were grandfathered in because we had contracts already. So we followed it very closely, and we ended up extending our contracts with all of our suppliers, but we could cancel any of them anytime.
Right.
So we added 7 more billboards right before it became illegal.
Oh, that's fucking rad.
Five of them are over by Ohio.
That's called
We
man.
believe the Ohio rec market now is taking business from our competitor across the street and us. And so we're going after the Indianapolis people that are going to the Ohio border stores, which is like coming here.
Okay.
It may be 10 minutes longer or something, but there's no lounges and records and all that. So we're promoting that over by Ohio now.
It's smart, man. Have you, in your opinion, the bigger grows that are in your area that have been around for a long time, the ones that are publicly traded, are they growing quality flower?
Some of them are. Some of them are not.
Right.
Some of them are. And like, for example, one of our big partners is the Rhythm brand, which is Green Thumb Industries. So they're publicly traded. They're the only cannabis company that's making money in the industry. So but that's because they make a killer product.
Okay.
The CEO is a high functioning stoner and a businessman.
See, that's what you need.
Yeah.
So he's growing good weed and he appreciates it himself. So he's a good tester for it. And they're like, that's like the Dog Walker brand. They're the biggest brand in the country. But then you've got like other brands like Ascend Wellness out of the East Coast. They have stores all over the country. They have like the number 2 flower here, like the number 2 joints that are being sold, like a couple strains. You know, every strain's not great, but some of them have some really good ones that are just crushing it.
Yeah.
But then there's some of these smaller ones that have amazing strains too, but then they can't make enough for.
Right. That's the problem.
They can't discount it enough to make it move faster. And we're blowing through the bigger guy stuff because they have 250,000 square foot facilities and no shortage of weed. So they can make deals. And, you know, we're getting some white label joints now from one of our new craft growers is working with us, but they had a bunch of extra supply. So we're going to do a whole like white label joint program with them. And, you know, it'll be like 7 Point branded joints. So that'll be fun.
That's dope. What's your favorite strain?
I don't have a favorite strain.
You don't?
I really don't.
You just
honestly, like when I get weed here and like I'll ask someone to get me some joints because I'm like honestly on the road all the time smoking.
Right.
Or I'm in here and I can smoke all day. But I get like a really good variety of stuff. And
so there's no favorite to be had when you're getting good stuff all the time.
My favorite grower is this one that we're doing the joints with called Flora.
Okay.
And they have like experience in Michigan and other places. So like I feel like they're cooler and like know what's up a little better than some of the other growers. And so they know what they're doing, and they know how to grow. But like a specific strain, I'm like pretty indiscriminate. Like I want my stuff to burn well and, you know, have it be even burn and not get all clogged up. And that's more what I'm looking for, you know.
Okay. Hey, man.
I'm going to smoke more than one thing. I'm going to smoke multiple things and I'm going to like them all probably because we're not buying. If I'm getting my weed here, I'm going to like pretty much everything we have because we're not buying the stuff that people don't want. We're buying the stuff.
You're buying good shit.
So when's the day? When is the opening?
Well, we're really close. The main thing with the city was that we built some wood things and they made us get a permit and an architect for it and stuff. But otherwise, the whole space was built out. So So that stage was one of the three things. But like yesterday, they finished the side wood.
Okay.
So the stage is fully done. And
That's great.
we have this deck right here that we built for a patio.
Oh shit.
Oh,
There's an outdoor
great.
section too. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't want us to smoke out here. It's part of the ordinance because there's hotels all over here.
Oh.
But we're gonna get some bag toss games for the yard over there. We've got the patio. We're getting green umbrellas with. Have you ever heard of the brand Verano?
No.
No.
So like they're based in Chicago, but they're a big publicly traded company. They're sponsoring the balcony, and so we're getting these green umbrellas for the tables, and like they have 4 big brands, so all those brands will be on the umbrellas,
Uh-huh.
and so that like it'll look like a bar patio, you know, with all the beer and liquor brands on the umbrellas.
Yeah, but cannabis.
It's trying to feel like a bar.
Wow, man. Well, Brad, I gotta say, man, you're doing the right thing. Congratulations, brother. It's fucking cool, and I'm stoked that you reached out. I want to introduce you to a friend. I'm gonna send you an email later today.
Sure.
Our buddy Chris Howland runs a record club, a pretty big record club called Heady Wax Fiends. And I think that you guys could do something cool with your record area.
I would love
together.
to. I'm looking for people I could collaborate on record stuff, but especially because I don't know what I'm doing.
This is your guy, man.
Yeah.
This guy is like an encyclopedia.
I'm really interested in that.
Cool.
I want to show you though, because I know we're almost done probably.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the third wood thing that we had to get
Oh,
approved.
that's beautiful.
For a desk?
No, it's a bar.
So you had to have an architect design a bar.
Yeah, we had to put it all in place, and so we by next Friday we're gonna have a granite top on there
Oh, that's dope.
for the bar.
Yeah.
And then so like by next Friday everything will be done. But like you see the racks back there?
Yeah.
So like one of those racks, it's gonna be all bongs and electronic smoking devices that we're gonna let people use for free. So we're gonna have it's gonna be packed. There'd be like 30, 40 different things on there.
Yes.
And then the rest of the space would be used for snacks. So we could sell like we can't prepare food in here, but we can sell like tortilla chips. And then we can't have like good salsa that needs to be refrigerated in here, but we have a food permit in the dispensary. So we in the back of house, we're gonna have a fridge just of stuff that'll be on the menu here. And our server will just go in the back and get it.
Yeah.
But like we're going to be able to have like guac and salsa, and we sell ice cream, and we're going to sell toppings, and then we have like cheese and crackers. We could get inexpensive charcuterie.
Who needs to leave, Brad? Who needs to leave? I got snacks. I got outdoor, indoor entertainment. I mean, I'm playing bingo. I like.
Yeah.
Is there an exercise area? What's going on?
Move in.
Jim.
Brad, it's super cool what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy to share with our audience some cool new place, and anybody driving by to see something like that. That's like water in the desert type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're on a road trip. You drive
We're trying
by.
to get on the attraction signs on the highway.
Totally, man.
Mayor is trying to stop it. Mayor is trying to stop it.
Gas, food, next
I was
exit,
thinking
weed, next exit.
like Guy Fieri drivers dine and dives, right? Like you can be a part of like that, like a stop to hit up.
All this right here is like a dozen motels and the smallest casino in Illinois. So we just found out about like these group parties and like bachelor parties and stuff. There's a site for it. We're listing in Indianapolis to be like that kind of a site and try to get some bachelorette parties and stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
That's amazing.
Well, if there's anything we can do to help you out, man, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did this, brother.
Well, we really appreciate you guys like getting the word out about us.
Yeah, we got you.
Right on, Brad.
All right, Brad. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you both.
Be safe
Peace,
out there.
Brad. Aw. Right on, Brad.
Brad's dope. I get it. Like, you don't start a business to not make money. You gotta make money to
But
keep the thing
everybody
going.
who started a business has also said it's going to take everything and more.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is like,
Do you know that's,
it's cool to see somebody not in the cannabis world, not just doing it for the money.
Yes.
Because I mean, those few growers that Apple really loves and covets their cuts, those are the guys that are not making a killing, but love.
They're doing what
the
they
thing.
love. They're like, I'm making good weed and I'm selling it to these people. Period.
Yeah. And-
That's it.
Yep.
Like, not why complicate it.
And one thing we didn't have a chance to really get into, cannabis, that plant has, it deals with the people that grow it, and the energy of the people that are producing the plant is infused in the medicine in the end. So there's a big, like, I've seen a lot of posts on Instagram and stuff of people complaining about the medical grow industry is taking the soul out of the plant. And so it's changing the medicine. When you're just like pushing for high test results, that plant is not that. You can make it do that.
Well, it's like the GMO foods.
Exactly.
It's
exactly like that.
And the GMO foods are getting us sick. They are robbed of the nutrition value. It isn't good for our gut biome, like it's taking all of those natural that natural interaction that we have and that natural chemistry,
the synergy of the plant.
Yeah, and it's breaking it down and making our bodies like have to break down a mutated thing.
Or it's not the same medicine that it would have been. Well,
that's what I'm getting at. Like, so the medicine or the nutritional value in a food's case is obscured in some way, and we can't receive it the same.
Well, like Apple and I were talking when I was dropping him off at the airport. We were on the way there and we were talking about strains or whatever. And he was like, yeah, my favorite terp, and probably yours too, is myrcene. And I was like, why would a terp matter? Like, I always thought that had to do with the smell of the plant. That was it. And he educated me. He was like, no, the terpenes actually interact with the cannabinoids that are in there. And the mix of them causes the high. And I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So when you take that stuff, when you start removing it, now the plant isn't doing what it was intended to do.
No.
And those guys that are like not pushing for, 30+% THC in their bud and are allowing the plants to just do their thing, it may be 18%, but it's got all the right terps in it.
Well, and there's the relationship that they're talking to these plants. They're literally looking at the leaves and being like, oh, she needs more water. Oh, this plant needs a little bit less light. Like, they're able to still have this intimate connection with this plant. And when you're growing it in medical ways, you just don't have that same connection. There's not time or energy for that.
I mean, I guess we all kind of knew that when cannabis started to become legal that it was going to get weird.
Yeah, when things get popular, it just becomes whatever
but
it is.
There's those people that are carrying on the tradition of growing
like
good
Brad.
sun-grown shit, and whatever. Anyway,
there's always a yin and a yang to it, right? I'm glad that cannabis is out there for people to have, because the medicine is so many different things to so many different people. For people who can't eat, for like cancer patients, where chemo robs their appetite, and to be able to have cannabis to stimulate their appetite and eat and gain weight, that's like huge.
That's a miracle.
Or somebody who's achy and smokes at the end of the day, and now their body's relaxed and relieved of
somebody
tension,
who's stressed, and
anxiety.
gets relieved.
Like, so the way that plant works, even if growing it medicinally has taken a little bit something out of it, it's still such a potent medicine that I think that it's still a good idea that more people have it than don't.
And I'm really impressed with Brad's ideas. I think that what he's doing out there is really cool. Everybody that's listening, if you are in the area and able, go support 7 Point.
If you build it, they will come.
That's true. And yeah, you can go to their website. It's 7point.org. Go check that out. There'll be links in the show notes.
Thanks, Brad, for sharing a Saturday morning with us and sharing your cool dreams.
Yeah. And hey, everybody, sorry for my nose. I have the Wook flu a little bit coming back from Hampton. And yeah, Apple will be back next week with us. And I'm really happy I can smoke weed again. So
Me too.
All right, everybody. Until next time, take care of each other. Smile at a stranger. Safety third. Hydrate. And go smoke some weed today. Relax, man. Peace.
But it's a burden. Felony just been deferred, and hell means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A=A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
This is Lawrence Lanahan, journalist, musician, and host of Rearranged, an Osiris Media podcast about music arranging. Once a song is written, arrangers make musical decisions that shape how we end up hearing the song. And we're not just talking about adding orchestral accompaniment, like horns and strings, or doing a cover version of a song. Arrangement can be putting happy music over dark lyrics, using samples, recording all acoustic, even tiny decisions like putting an electronic loop into an acoustic song to draw your attention to an important turn of phrase. It's all arranging. Rearranged episodes are documentary essays where I use arrangements to answer some big questions like what is a song? And what can a song become? And how can the sound of a song change the meaning you take from it? Listening this way has changed my relationship with music. Tune into Rearranged, and maybe it'll happen for you too. Learn more at rearrangedpodcast.com.
Osiris.